Hi everyone and welcome back to the Judi Fearless feed. Welcome to Ask Judi Fearless, where I respond to your burning career questions. If you are in need of some career advice, shoot me an email at judy@judifearless.com or send me a private message on any one of my social media sites and I'll be happy to respond. So here's your first one. I have recently applied for a project manager position within a digital marketing branding firm. During my never-ending job board surfing, I stumbled upon what seemed more of a dream job rather than a perfect fit. Already used to rejection, I figured there's no harm in trying. After tailoring my resume and cover letter, I felt confident. A few weeks later, 2 interviews, 2 tests, and a 3rd test lined up. My feelings have slightly changed. I am not used to such an intense and intimidating interview process, and it has left me questioning my ability to handle the position if in fact I do get this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The last thing I want is to accept such a visible role and fail miserably. I've also never worked in this type of role for an agency this big, so I'm also slightly intimidated by their processes and expectations. Can you tell me if this is a natural reaction? Should I bow out to save face? Besides job training, what direction can you give me to better equip me for this position if in fact I am offered the job? Well, that is a great email. Thank you so much. And here are some questions to consider when you are thinking about this. First of all, it is an absolutely natural reaction for you to be this intimidated in an interviewing process. Most people don't realize this, but the cost of hiring someone is extremely high. And so companies these days, what they do is they have really intense interviewing processes like panel interviews, case studies, and multiple rounds just to help them see who's really serious about the role and who's serious about the company. What they're looking for is your problem-solving abilities and how you can communicate under pressure. Eventually, what they're really trying to do is weed out who's just good at interviewing and who's actually real and authentic. Now, to decide if you should bow out, ask yourself, why is that even a consideration? If the interviewing process were different, how would that affect your feelings about joining the company? And then start thinking about the company itself. Does the company reflect your core values and beliefs? Could you see yourself working there in at least the next 5 years? Considering that you've made it so far in the interviewing process, what do you think that means about how the company feels about you? Considering that you mentioned failure in your email, failure is the fear of something that hasn't even happened yet. So think about it this way. What will the cost of giving into your fear of failing in something that hasn't even happened yet, what would that cost be? Now, if you decide to continue in the interviewing process and you get the job, first of all, congratulations, that would be amazing. And my suggestion to you is to make the first 90 days a place for you to be a sponge. So be a sponge. And what that means is research, research, research. Get to know your industry and the company in and out. A lot of times what this also means is sitting down with your boss, discussing the expectations for your role and what they expect from you. You want to learn how you can work together, the best ways that they manage you and what you expect from a manager as well. Figure out the communication protocols in the company because that's also really important, the best way to reach them and reach your team. Find out who your key stakeholders are, where in most of these cases it's going to be your clients, team members, and your leadership team. And then finally, observe the culture and build as many relationships as you can. That would be the ideal situation for being a sponge, absorbing as much knowledge as you can and soaking it in. Well, I hope you enjoyed this and I hope that this works for you, and I wish you the best of luck in your interviewing process. And for the rest of you, if you have any additional comments or advice that you would like to offer, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and that would be extremely helpful for everyone. It doesn't just have to be me giving the advice. I hope you all have a fearless day. Bye-bye.